Hello and welcome to another episode of Ashes to Go. I'm your host, Redbyrd, and with me is BDLG. Bordy, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Dude, I'm doing pretty good, man. Hanging in there. How about yourself, bro?
Same. What is tonight? Tuesday? We're recording this on a Tuesday night for you guys.
Yeah, it is
guys.
Tuesday.
And yeah, we're just, we're hanging out. We're chilling, talking about Ashes of Creation. Should be a good night. We got a lot to talk about. A lot has happened since our last episode. That's one of the benefits of doing this every other week, Bordy. We have a lot to talk about on the podcast.
That's right.
All right, man. So why don't we hop right in here? And a new backer package has been released on the website. Of course, this was a little bit longer than a month from the last one, but I think it was worth the wait. Bordy. It's called Paragon's Vigil. It's a very, if you're into like high fantasy knights and royal attire, this is definitely the backer package for you, because it is basically knight armor with nice purple and gold feathers, the colors of royalty, Bordy.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I'd go that far. I don't know if purple and gold royal colors.
Purple is literally the color of royalty. Yeah. Also
is that
the
a
Lakers.
Thing? Is that true?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm not a fan of the Lakers or of like LSU, so I don't.
The Vikings.
I don't like those colors.
Well, it has nothing to do with those people. Them being royal. This is purple is a royal color historically. But yeah, dude, it looks dope. Giraffe-ish mount, which is this is the first time I've ever seen anything like this.
Yes,
which is
it's a giraffe llama.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty dope actually. I love the adventurous decisions that they're making with the mounts in this game. It beats the heck out of riding a horse. That's for sure.
I can say I've never seen mounts like this in any other MMO ever. Like they're very unique, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, the Vanguard's hammer is accessory, cosmetic skin, which I think is like horse or mount armor, which is pretty crazy. I've never seen anything. Have you ever seen mount armor before in a backer package? Not that I can recall, anyways.
I don't know about it. Yeah, I don't know about an Ashes backer package. I mean, obviously there's mount armor in other MMOs, but I don't know if I've ever seen one in a Ashes backer package that I remember. And we went through all these not too long ago for our video, our top 3 video that we did. So I don't remember seeing one. No.
Yeah, it's usually built into the mount. The armor is, I thought. So yeah, pretty interesting inclusion there. You got the Purigel, which is, I just butchered that name for sure, but it is
it's close.
I'm gonna stop.
I can't take a stab at it either. It's I don't know.
Purigel.
It's close enough, dude.
Man. All right, so it's basically a raccoon squirrel with horns.
Yeah, with some kind of furry horns. Yeah, and it's purple and kind of goldish tint too. Yeah, almost like a pig nose too. It's got. I don't know.
Well, that's right. I threw in the squirrel because of the nose, but
yeah. So maybe it's a pig squirrel. A pig squirrel. I think that's what it's supposed to be. A pig squirrel, right?
No.
Like a pig and a squirrel, and there's
the only thing is the nose, and it doesn't even look like.
But why would it be? Why would there be a P there? Why would it be a?
It looks more like my dog Gary than a pig.
No, dude, that's what it is. It's a pig squirrel combination. That's why the name is per girl, like because it's spelled squirrel. They replaced the SQ with a P, so it's got to be pig. It's a pig and a squirrel combined. That's what it is. With horns.
We'll agree to disagree on this one. But it's like purpley, goldy fluffiness with very odd, strange, cute character. So you should go check it out on the Ashes of Creation website. And you decide what kind of animal breeded to make this, because this is
it's a pig squirrel. It says it in the name.
No, it doesn't, Bordy.
Yes, it does.
You're tripping, bro. That does nothing. Looks nothing like a pig. I can think of 20 other animals that it looks like before a pig.
Why does it have a... Okay, let's move on.
Why does it use the letter P in the word? I don't know, Bordy.
Because
but
the
so
pig
does pet.
squirrel.
So does the word pet. and private. It does have nothing to do with pigs either. All right, moving on to the amethyst.
Okay.
Bow bite. Yeah, and so this is our giraffe, dude. It's got a cool looking like short mane on there. What you
it's
would
like a zebra mane though, isn't it? Don't zebras have that thing on their head?
Yeah, dude. They do. Not as short as that. It doesn't go down his neck. It's kind of just like a mohawk thingy. You're right. It does have like a llama giraffe type feel. It's got some kind of stones. Looks like embedded in its fur or flesh. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, they're emptiest.
Yeah, maybe so, dude. Maybe so. Maybe people are gonna kill your mount.
It's in the name, dude. It says.
Yeah, but amethyst isn't amethyst purple though? I mean, like it's a purple.
Those are purple.
I know, but the entire mount's purple. That's what I'm saying. Amethyst bowbite. It's a purple bowbite. Listen, dude. People are gonna try to.
You were talking about just the stones, though. The stones are purple.
Anyways,
it says it in the name. Man.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I know it does, but I'm just saying people are going to be killing your mount. If those are amethyst, people are going to murder your mount to take the stones off of it for sure.
Not my mount.
Well, whoever rides this is getting murked for sure. If it's so the ward of the implacable. What, Bordy, help me out, man. You're better at English than me. Why are you letting me struggle through this? You're not being a very good
because I don't know these
co-host
words
here, dude. You hear me struggling, and all you do is laugh. I'm trying to give correct information to our audience here.
You're doing great.
Anyways, it's knight armor.
This armor actually looks really cool, man.
It is cool looking. I do like it. It's not my cup of tea though. I typically like more of a darker, skulls, glowy, haunted stuff. I like that kind of stuff. I kind of gravitate towards that stuff more than the traditional like paladin armor. But this is if you're looking to play a paladin or a warrior or a knight of some sort, this is definitely something that you'll have to choose between because it's pretty cool looking armor for sure.
Yeah, very royal-esque. Yes. So it has the plume in the back of the helmet. The helmet looks really, really cool. I'm not a big fan of the plume, the purple and gold plume, but the helmet by itself looks incredible. Yeah, I like the helmet a lot.
Yes, sir. The mount or the naval cosmetic mount or caravan mount is the gilded galleon. Now this is me and you, Bordy. We talked a little bit about this before the show, but me and you have been dipping into some Sea of Thieves, and this kind of, this is right down that alley. A very cool sailboat looking mount.
Yeah, this is my favorite thing out of the entire package right here. The galleon is pretty dope looking. I like it. It's got the gold tips for all the audio listeners. It's got like this very elegant gold, what is that called on a ship? The bow? Is it the bow? Is it the front?
I literally, I meme all day when we play Pirates of the Caribbean because I just shout out random.
It's not even Pirates of the Caribbean, dude. It's
yeah. Sea of Thieves. Okay, dude, I've done that like 50 times. But I literally just meme random ship words and just pretend like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't. And I have no idea what any of this is,
Well, the front of the ship. Yeah, the front of the ship it's like lined with gold. It's like it has a gold accent, and then the sails are purple, and it's very elegant and very royal looking. It looks really cool. I like it a lot, man. It looks nice.
Yeah, I think they do generally a good job pulling the entire package together. If you do step up and buy that big boy package, the Voyager Plus package, you're gonna have like a pretty nice vibe going on with your character and all your mounts and your strongholds and everything like that. I really think that's awesome, and I hope, Bordy, that in game you can kind of create that same vibe with like looted items and like things you can earn in game as well, kind of stretching across your mount, your stronghold, your caravans, etc.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the last one is the Royal Garrison, and it is truly I would say Mid-Eastern inspired building. If you're into this kind of thing, then good for you, and you'll enjoy this. One of the things that Bordy, that wasn't a great analysis. What I was gonna say was, is that I thought it would be cool to kind of be like a ranger thief type, like bounty hunter stalker that is you know, has that Middle Eastern like, you know, garb and stuff like that. So this building would go right along with that sort of like thief type feel as well as like the traditional like royal lane that it's kind of already based in.
Yeah, it looks cool for what it is, man. I mean, the art is cool. It's a cool looking building. Not my cup of tea. I don't like it in particular because I just don't like that style of architecture. You know, I don't like that style of building. But I mean, it's for what it is. It's done great. You know, not my thing.
For sure. All right, guys. And again, if you guys are interested in looking at that for yourselves, go over there to ashesofcreation.com. It's in the news section. It's the newest. It'll be implemented sometime in January, I'm sure very soon. It was just released today on the 12th. As you guys are hearing it, it may even be up, you know, it may be available. But if it's not and you want the previous month's one, get over there because it's getting ready to disappear. Actually, dude, January 13th. So if you're listening to this as a podcast, you're too late. Sorry. But you're just right on time if you want the Paragon's Vigil. So go over there and check that out. All right, Bordy. So let's get to our main topic this week. But before we do, guys, I want to go ahead and direct you guys to the YouTube channel that me and Bordy are putting together. Real quick, a little intermission here. We've been putting a lot of work into our YouTube channel over at Studio Loot. This is just literally Studio Loot YouTube, and we do 5 videos a week, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. every day. We drop videos for Ashes of Creation, other MMOs that we cover, as well as we have a new show called Mode to Go, which is covering all multiplayer online games. So we hit a bunch of games, kind of help you guys stay up to date on, games to play while you're waiting for Ashes of Creation to come out. So if you're interested in multiplayer games like we are, go check out our YouTube channel. Hit the sub button. Or do you have anything, Dan?
No, man, you nailed it, dude.
Thanks, brother.
Perfect.
I appreciate your positivity. All right, so
all the time.
Yeah, you're very positive. Mm-hmm. Creative Director's Letter came out Friday, January 8th. So, and again, they do probably, I would say, one of, if not the best jobs at keeping their community tied into the flow of work that's kind of going through Intrepid over there and what they're doing, what their plans are, the things they're learning along the way. They're very transparent, Bordy. And I can really appreciate that as someone who's interested in the game. So we got this letter, which basically sums up 2020, Bordy, from the viewpoint of Intrepid. So let's read through this real quick. So, glorious Ashes of Community. 2020 is finally in the rearview mirror. What a year it was. Yikes. 2021 is shaping up to be a contender. But that's an understatement. But here at Intrepid Studio, we continue to move forward come hell or high water. This last year, we did just that. And incredible progress has been made on the Ashes of Creation that's culminated into a successful first alpha test in the world of Vera for thousands of players. And this letter, I'd like to take a look back from you and turn your eyes to the future. So, Bordy, we've been, what's crazy, me and you just talked about this because I don't remember what episode we actually transitioned into every other week, but dude, we've been covering Ashes of Creation now for close to half a year.
Yeah, dude, pretty close to it. This is episode 16. I think we did an episode a week, probably through half of those, probably through episode 8, maybe further than that. I don't know, but yeah, I would say it's been close to half a year. Yeah.
I can tell you the exact date. It had been August, so about 5 months now.
Yeah, August
10th was our first episode. So we've got to see a lot of these changes along this journey. A lot of it, and if you want to read this entire article, we'll try not to be like just basically read it to you in this episode of the podcast. But we do want to hit some of these high points here, Bordy. One of the things that and as if you're a video game enthusiast across the board, you've kind of realized that COVID-19 has affected a lot of these studios. It's kind of provided a lot of setbacks and hurdles for these companies. And one of the things that kind of they have been pushing towards is, hiring more people and getting into their workspace, their newly acquired studio, Bordy. So I think, and again, this is everybody's hopes across the world. I hope that this is the year we tackle all of these, complications with COVID and this pandemic, and they get in their studio and get to grinding, man.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been talking about the studio for quite a while, and I'm excited for as a follower of the game. I'm excited for them to get into their studio. I think that just something about being in a studio with your coworkers, I think, can kind of enhance your productivity in some ways. So hopefully that'll be the case for them. Not that they're doing a bad job remotely or anything, because I think they're doing pretty incredible, man. But I'm excited for them to get in there. I can only imagine how they feel. I'm sure they're ready to get in there too.
Yeah, I'm sure they're extremely excited. And again, it would I feel for them because they were probably building up hype into getting a new studio, moving out of their old one, and to have the kind of wrench thrown in things. Is unfortunate. But another exciting thing that they did this year, Bordy, was they took over the production side of things for Ashes of Creation in the EU and these CIS regions, Bordy. So, dude, this is, I think, a very big development in the history or the future of Ashes of Creation, because now they gain complete control over production across what we would consider to be, their entire audience.
Yeah, dude, that's a great move on their part, and I think that's a huge move for the future of Ashes of Creation. And as rough as 2020 was, Ashes of Creation did have a pretty big year. They did some pretty significant things. They did that as well as hired. It says here that over the last 6 months, they've onboarded 27 additional glorious, intrepid team members, dude. So over just the past 6 months, they've hired 27 additional staff. So their staff is growing, their team is growing. They've made moves to move their publishing operations. Dude, a lot happened with Intrepid Studios over the past year.
Yeah. One of the interesting things, Bordy, that as they continue to build their team, ramp up to, a playable state of the game. I know that their goal is to, get Alpha 2 out and start inviting more people in. And before then, even opening Alpha 1 for more people to kind of, purchase and buy in if they so choose. But it's interesting, Bordy, because I feel like above all things, they are taking a lot more of a community approach than most games are willing to do. They are completely transparent, again, like we said before. And, they're working together with the players to deliver a game that, everybody will be proud of and happy with. And we know me and you both have backed games like this, not like Ashes of Creation, that's unfair to say, but games that are early on in development and start inviting people to play. And one of the concerns, I guess, at this point would be maybe too much of that, right? We've seen games kind of, to their fault, follow what the players ask for, and it ends up being kind of a very undefined or kind of frolicky type of game.
Yeah, it definitely seems that that has happened to other MMOs in the past. But here's the good thing about Ashes of Creation, man. I think that Steven and the team over there at Intrepid have such a strong handle and such a strong view of what they want Ashes to be, or at least whenever you hear Steven talk, it seems like that. So I don't think the game is in danger of going that route. I think that he has a very clear vision of where he wants the game to go. And all of this transparency is getting feedback on certain systems to potentially make those better, but not necessarily shifting the entire focus or entire feel of the game. Right. We've seen other MMOs just make these huge shifts with what they're doing based solely on what the players are saying without having their vision in mind, and that sometimes can be a bad thing. So I really don't think we'll have that issue with Ashes, though.
Right, and that's I feel like the difference with Ashes of Creation, and you said it well. There is a very strong view of what they want to execute with Ashes of Creation, and I think getting the new studio and hiring more people and getting them acclimated to the climate and the drive and the idea behind Ashes of Creation, I think we could see a lot of big progress and big production in 2021, Bordy. I don't think either one of us believe that Ashes of Creation is going to launch in 2021. per se. Maybe, I guess, like, there's a chance at the end of the year, do you think? Or do you think we're definitely looking at maybe like an early 22 at the earliest?
I think that's at the earliest, man. I think that's at the. I think thinking that Ashes of Creation is going to release in 2021 would be a little bit too over optimistic at this point. Just because they just went through their first, and here's another big milestone they had in 2020 is that they just went through their first Alpha 1 pretest, which was huge. I think for Ashes of Creation, they were able to squash a lot of bugs, get a lot of feedback, improve a lot of their systems, improve server performance, and get a lot of just data from that test. And that happened in 2020 for them as well. So that's pretty exciting too, man.
Yes, for sure. So now looking forward to the future, and again, you mentioned that the first alpha test is already over, which is awesome. Good to see. The next one we're looking forward to, Bordy, the one that they have on the calendar for the playtest events is February 19th through February 22nd. So
yeah, man, just a month away, dude.
Yeah,
soon.
It's just a month away. This is the same group of people that were invited into the Alpha 1 preview. So they'll have another opportunity for 4 days of Ashes of Creation gameplay. This will be under NDA again, just so you guys know, and I'm sure everybody who has access is counting the days down. But more interesting, Bordy, in my opinion, is the one that happens in March. Now, the one that happens in March is another Alpha 1 preview. Is considered Test 3. So all Alpha 1 testers and official content creators, which is very interesting. That's the first one that's kind of included that title in there. And that will happen from March 19th to March 26th, Bordy. So this is interesting to me because the NDA drops at this point. So now you're going to start to see, some actual, streams and YouTube videos of Ashes of Creation in its current state. And I'm really, really excited for that.
Yeah, that's going to be a very exciting time for sure, man. March is going to be an interesting month, dude. I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see some footage, but I'm excited to potentially, play myself during that time. That'd be dope. Intrepid, we are content creators for Ashes.
Like
you know what I mean?
We like to create content. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Dude.
But then, so there's one after that too that is in April 6th through May 6th, and that's why I say that I think it's a stretch to think Ashes is going to release in 2021 because Alpha 1 is April 6th through May 6th. So I would assume that from after May, wouldn't you think they're going to spend probably a couple months analyzing all of the alpha data that they've gathered and fixing things, squashing bugs, fine tuning things? I mean, at least take a couple months for that, right? And then you think you're going to go into a closed beta and then open beta. So I don't think it's going to be 2021, man.
No, and so if they continue on along this path, there's about a month gap between each test. So at best case scenario, I think we see Alpha 2, which really invites Alpha 2 packages have been on sale for a long time, Bordy, and they continue to be on sale. So you think that's going to be a massive, decent group of players? I think so. At the earliest, I think that's going to be in June, right? If the trend continues. You may be right. That's a month full of data that they're going to gather at that last test from April to May, so it may even be later than that. And then I would assume Alpha 2 kind of probably lasts until the end of the year, maybe even. And then maybe we get to see like a playable beta in early 2021 and maybe a launch mid-2020 or 2022. And then a launch
early 2020.
Yeah. And then a playable version of the game or launch of the game in 2022.
Yeah, I would think that a beta in 2022 is probably early 2022 is probably very realistic.
Yeah, for sure.
So here's a very important point, man. I'm gonna read this real quick. Is that cool? I'm gonna read this.
Please. Yeah.
Yeah. I figured you wouldn't have any problem with that. You know what I mean? So this has been a highly, highly asked question, and Steven answered it right here in this creative director's letter, because I've seen a lot of people ask this question over Reddit and just generally in the community and our own Discord. I've seen people ask this multiple times. So he says here, previously I'd offered to update our community on the potential of allowing Alpha 1 sales to resume, and we will be providing an update on this sometime in February. The decision is largely dependent on the ability to sustain higher concurrencies and concurrencies is like higher concurrent viewers or players, I think, and to push the limits of our server architectures and deployments. He had previously spun it all Alpha 1 sales in 2018. With the most recent testing done in December, Steven is hopeful that they will once again offer an opportunity for newer community members to join Alpha 1. So that's pretty crazy. Also, this is very important too. He does offer a warning. He says, as a warning, however, our Alpha 1 is a true development alpha. So that means the testers are going to experience a very buggy and incomplete game. So this gives you an opportunity to be a part of the Ashes of Creation history, but it is not for the faint of heart and should not be purchased if you're looking for actually like playing the game. This is very much still a testing phase of the game. So I would warn people for that too. Like if you think you're going to buy into Alpha 1 and actually play the game, that's probably not a good idea. You would want to buy, if you're going to spend that much money because you think you're going to get to go in there and like play Ashes. That's probably a bad idea. I would highly caution you from doing that because it's a lot of money to spend. I would say you need to wait if that's what you're doing, right? Like if you want to go in there and be a part of it and test and help refine the game, then there you go. But there's a big difference there, I think. So that's just been highly asked, man. So sometime in February, we'll know the answer to that, dude.
Yeah.
We'll know if they're going back up for sale or not.
Once again, Bordy, I commend you on being the internet's dad. You truly are.
Dude, I gotta look out for
what
him,
all of these Zoomers need.
Yo, hey, dude, somebody's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it because clearly someone's not doing it. You know, that was aggressive. I don't even know these kids. We're just talking about random people on the internet. Anyways, all right. So, yo, dude, here's the thing, man. I'm gonna have to sell some Pokemon cards, and I want to get in Alpha 1. Because dude, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If Alpha 1 opens back up, it's going to be tempting for me not to want to get in there. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I just want to say that I was there. You know what I mean? I was there.
Yeah, there's something about it. Yeah, there's something about it too, where if you want to be one of the first, if this is a game you think you're going to play for a long time, which I think both of us probably will be, there is something about saying, hey, dude, I was in Alpha 1, man. Like I was in Alpha 1. That's pretty cool to be able to say that and to be able to experience a game from its inception, man. It's very neat. So yeah, I think I'm probably in that boat too, unless we get a content creator key, Steven.
Please.
But other than that, we'll
I got Pokemon cards. Steven, you like Pokemon? Okay, yo, I got some first, or you know what I mean, the original ones. You know, anybody. Put a comment in the video below if you're interested. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get into Alpha 1. All right, okay, so here's the main topic that I kind of envisioned for this episode, and one that I think is extremely important, one that I feel like up until this point, Bordy, is Ashes of Creation's biggest strength, and that is the interest and hype that they've been able to generate, and specifically Steven has been able to generate over this past year, man. They've had some incredible coverage from Lazy Peon, Asmongold, Tim the Tap Man, Summit, even. You know, all of these people made videos on Ashes of Creation and the interviews that they did with Steven. They were very impromptu. I remember listening to Asmongold, and basically, I think it was Asmongold. Steven was basically in his car. He saw Asmongold's stream. He was watching Lazy Peon's video, and he called Asmongold from his car phone to talk to Asmongold while Asmongold was streaming. It was pretty incredible, man. He's extremely involved in the community. And I think he's just a gigantic fan of video games, MMO specifically in general. So it's awesome to see this push that they've had for popularity. It's been a massive year for Ashes of Creation. I can only imagine, that this is going to continue to help them fund and hire people to make sure that this game is complete in the quickest form possible. But I think, there are a lot of games that can take notes from Intrepid and Ashes of Creation and Steven specifically, in their approach to, again, community involvement.
Absolutely, dude. And I think his approach is spot on, man. He's targeting the content creators, and that's where the true advertisement is these days for video games, I think. I mean, look at things like, okay, let's take a look at Among Us, for example. There's a prime example. That game was actually out for quite a while, and nobody was really playing it until a few top stream, Soda Pop and played it, and then it started catching on. And now look at the phenom it's become, right? So I think a lot of other video game studios do need to take note and start doing that type of stuff, man. Once you can get on board some of these really big content creators and you can get them hyped about something, dude, they'll start spreading the word, and that's free advertisement. Steven is dude, he is an assassin when it comes to that, dude. He's all over it, and I think that's what has really grown the hype of the game. There hasn't been a lot of, you don't see ads for Ashes of Creation everywhere. You know, you don't see that everywhere. What you do see is people talking about it nonstop all the time. And whenever the word MMO comes up, Ashes of Creation is probably on the top of everyone's mind or close to it. And that's because there's just so much hype built around it because of content creators and because of streamers and because of Steven's ability to get in there and seize these opportunities to talk to streamers at the right time and talk to content creators at the right time. And it's pretty incredible, man. I do agree that a lot of other studios need to take note of that, because that's the future, man. That's where it is. You get big content creators on board, and your game has the potential to blow up. Rust is another prime example. Rust was a popular game already, but recently the game has absolutely just flown off the rails because all of the big content creators have caught on and started playing it. And Rust has been out for like 7 years, and it is just massive. I mean, the numbers for that game are insane. And that's just the power of what happens whenever content creators start spreading the word.
Well, and you can imagine a gaming industry and basically every form of industry and how much money they dump into advertising and getting their product out there for people to recognize when they go to the store, or when they enter the Steam library or whatever. And really, and again, a credit to Steven. He seems very aware of that fact, and these people are looking for new games to play and new MMOs to dive into, and Steven's out there on the front lines spreading the information for just his time. I mean, obviously his time is valuable. He's a CEO. Obviously, he's retired at age 40. I mean, Lord have mercy. I'll take that future any day of the week. And, the guy's time is valuable, but dude, he spends it well, because he has made a ton of strides this year as far as in the public eye of Ashes of Creation, bringing awareness to the project, bringing awareness to their vision of a game. And really, I can only imagine after that, and it was like a very compact month of interest, but after Lazy Peon and Asmongold and Tim and Summit, I can only imagine how many backer packages that month or week or whatever that was, how many they sold in that period, because it's got to be massive, and that's got to be, again, a massive step in the right direction as far as hiring more people and getting the game out.
Yeah. Yep. It's pretty crazy, man. It's pretty crazy. Another thing I wanted to mention right quick as kind of a side note is that they are releasing a new website. He talks about a new website being released in February. So there's going to be a brand new Ashes of Creation website being released. And he says in here, I can tell you that it's looking rather top notch. Our current website was in need of some dire help. After the rollout of the new website, we'll be continually updating it with new features that will be enumerated in a future post next month. So that's cool, man. So we have that to look forward to. I frequent the Ashes of Creation website all the time. So I'm looking forward to a new website.
Yeah, I just, sat here in regret and sorrow over the backer packages that I missed. Yeah, basically, I visit here all the time. So, guys, it's been a great year to cover. It's been a ton of fun. The Ashes of Creation community is one that I'm proud to be a part of. I know you feel the same way, Bordy. And here's to another year, dude, a 2021 of Ashes coverage. We look forward to it, and we hope you guys stick and hang around with us on that journey. All right, guys. Well, that about does it for this episode. But first, let's go ahead and promote our Guild of the Week over at ashesfans.com.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The guild of the week is called Seekers. They are an EU guild, an English-speaking guild. Their focus is PvX, size 100 plus. They want to be a very large guild. They're looking for active members in both PvE and PvP. They aim to learn the game together as a guild and build strong, tight-knit community. As a guild, they aim to experience all aspects of the game, but they primarily focus on PvE and PvP. So I'm assuming combat probably is what they're talking about there, not necessarily probably crafting and things of that nature. I think they're wanting to probably do like high-end, raids and dungeons and then experience PvP. That's what I gather from that sentence anyway. More information to come later once the game is closer to release. They say they're going to update this description here. They want you to have a guild-first mentality, no toxicity, and they want you to have the will to improve and meet the needs of the guild. So it sounds like they want to be a competitive guild, a very large, tight-knit competitive guild, man. So if you are an EU player looking for a guild. Also, it says Seekers is currently looking for more officers. So if you're interested in being an officer in a guild and you're an EU player, then go check out Seekers on ashesfans.com, and we'll make sure we link all of these description or all of this information in the description below in the podcast and on the YouTube video as well.
Yes, and guys, we appreciate you guys creating your guild articles over there. If you continue to do that, if you're interested in creating a guild or promoting your guild over there, you have a chance to be on the podcast as our Guild of the Week. So go check that out. Bordy, it's been great fun summarizing 2020 with you as far as the Ashes creation vein goes. Why don't you tell people where they can find you on the internet?
Yeah, man. So I just want you to go find us in one place. That's it. The YouTube channel, youtube.com/Studio Loot. That's it, man. That's the only thing I'm going to plug right now. That's what we want.
Hey, man, you know what?
Sub.
You know what? I'm going to follow suit. Please.
Boom.
Please go sub the YouTube channel and buy my Pokemon cards so I can be in Ash's off one. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it. And we will see you on another episode of Ashes to Go.